Alright, coach, ever get home from training or a game, you got that horrible feeling inside, and I don't mean the takeaway that you got on the way home. Today, we're going to look at why that happens and how you can fix it starting today so that you and your players are all happier after each session. I'm Stu Yates, creator of My Sport Diary, and today we're going to talk about coaching values. I've been working with children for over 30 years as a coach and a teacher. As a coach, we're all under pressure to win games. We want to win games, the kids want to win games, and the parents want them to win as well. So these high pressure situations when you've got to make decisions straight away can be really tough. Sometimes we make the right decision, sometimes we don't. During games, you've got to make decisions in a very short space of time under a lot of pressure. As a teacher, I've been in similar situations. Teaching is a high pressure situation where you've got to make decisions instantly. You're working with children and you want the best for them. You've got to get through the content that you've got to teach. You've got to get the best results at the highest standards day after day. For that, you want to maintain control of the situation. And when things are going out of your control because somebody else is acting differently, you respond in a certain way to that. Sometimes I've not responded in a way that I've been happy with. I've escalated situations because of my actions or because of the things that I said or even just the way I said it. I've got to make quick decisions in a high pressure situation. Sometimes I don't get it right. Those mistakes stay with me and I'm not happy about how it's turned out. I've been looking at myself and my role in that situation. What could I have done differently to diffuse it or to make it a more enjoyable experience for everybody involved? I started to treat this as a game that only I knew we were playing. I knew that they were going to repeat these behaviours really, and the only thing that could be different was how I reacted and the way I spoke to them when this happened. As a result, I could rehearse these ideas and what I was going to say before it happened. And then I could plan to get the outcome that I wanted. I wanted them to leave happy and successful. I wanted me to walk away happy and successful as well, without that hanging over me like a dark cloud. So I would rehearse in my head and plan what I was going to do if that happened again. This took a lot of time though. Ruminating over all these mistakes is exhausting though, and it's not the way I want to live my life. I looked back at all the problems that I'd had, and I saw that my solutions all had common themes. These are my values. If I have my values at the forefront of my mind when I go into a game or a conversation, then I can be prepared for what I want to happen. I know the outcome that I want before I go into it. And if it's not working out, if I'm starting to act and say things that don't really fit with those values, then I can ask to pause the conversation. I can take a step back, or I can get somebody else from the team to come and help me out and take over for a little bit. It took me a long time to realise all this. It turns out that there's a lot of research already done. You can see on the screen that there's a lot of papers that you can look through if you want to find out more about it. Research papers are great, but I like to see it in action. Phil Jackson is a legendary coach of Chicago Bulls and LA Lakers. His book, 11 Rings, talks about his philosophies when it comes to players. You can see from the quotes on screen that he changed his philosophy over time to focus on his values and the players themselves. This got the best out of players individually, but also as a team. Right, homework time. Grab a pen and paper, time for you to develop your own coaching values. On screen are a few questions to help you figure out what's important to you as a coach. Pause the video, take a picture of it, and spend the next few days writing down some answers and figuring out what you really believe in. So after you have an answer to those, you can start to think about your values as a coach. On screen, I've put some examples of different values. Some people may say that they are guiding principles rather than values. I don't really care. I want you to have a think about something that is important to you that will help you to stay true under these pressure situations. Got some examples on the screen again. Pause the video, take a picture, spend a few days thinking about it. Make sure that these values are what you want, not what you've seen on TV or read in a book, not what you've seen Pep or Jurgen talking about on TV. What do you want from your players? I've done this for myself. My coaching values are I want to be player-centered, I want to be patient, and I want to be calm under pressure. So what does this look like in real life? Well, I'll make decisions with the player's best interest at heart, not mine or their parents. I'll show patience by giving players time to grow and learn. I'll let them make mistakes without putting pressure on them. And I won't raise my voice out of frustration. I'm not going to be shouting at anybody ever. I've also come up with team values of creativity, resilience, and enjoyment. When players are encouraged to try different things, even if you don't come off, they can be more creative and become better players in the future. But it doesn't always come off, and that's why they need to be resilient. So we're going to say to the players that we don't give up when things go wrong, we respond to it in the right way. And finally, enjoyment. We often lose the enjoyment out of the game by putting pressure on ourselves and the players. So it should be fun for the players, for the coaches, and the spectators. Well, coach, hope you found this video useful. We're developing a community of coaches who are new to working with children and they want to expand on those skills. If that sounds like you, leave a comment below and I'll get in touch about how you can sign up and get early access to everything that we have available.